Right now on News 3 Now this morning, new tornadoes confirmed. The National Weather Service out surveying the damage in Dane County, where they say 4 twisters touched down.
And we're going to be waking up with some haze this morning. We're going to take a look at the air quality for this weekend.
Well, good Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford and Julian Seawright joining us this morning. Julian, chance of showers and thunderstorms later today. Also, the air quality not too great on a Saturday, huh?
That's right. We are waking up to other good things, though. That is some sunshine, and we are looking at cooler conditions, but the air quality is what we're going to start off with. We do have an air quality advisory for all of Wisconsin and for Minnesota until about Sunday at noon. And on top of that, we're going to be looking that to really impact those who have any kind of respiratory or any other kind of ailments physically. So definitely limit your time for today. But if you're planning your day for today, here's how the rest of the morning and going into the afternoon is going to be looking like. Plenty of sunshine. We're still going to have that haze. We're going to gradually warm up into about 80 degrees, and then we're going to still see some chances of seeing some stormy conditions because our severe weather outlook has now expanded itself. We are looking at even now the northern areas of being in marginal risk of seeing some severe thunderstorms going into about later this afternoon into the early night time. But as we take a look, we are looking for pretty quiet conditions until we get there. Temperatures will rise, but still looking at mid to upper 70s for many of us this morning. And then as we go throughout, we are going to be looking at pretty light chances of seeing some showers around Madison, especially as we get into tonight. And then going into Sunday, we'll have more conditions coming up. But we'll talk more about that, Chris. It's also back to you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Julian. New overnight, the National Weather Service confirming additional tornadoes touching down in Dane County that happened on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That brings the total now in our viewing area to 9. There were 4 tornadoes in western Dane County in the early morning hours of Thursday. 2 in Cross Plains, an EF0 and an EF1. There were 2 more tornadoes, both EF1s, on the Middleton and Verona line. There are also more tornadoes that touched down to the north and east, which brings the total in the state to 11. This is Mark Steingraber's house in Middleton. Take a look. 5 large pine trees fell onto his home while he and his family were sleeping inside. The tornado sirens woke them up, and they say they were able to make it down to the basement.
We stood there for no more than a minute, just kind of listening and kind of just, you know, hanging out, and all of a sudden, kaboom, and we dove underneath the staircase. We just kind of waited there. And
with the addition of the new tornadoes confirmed overnight, it officially classifies the event as a tornado outbreak. In other news this morning, the federal eviction moratorium will expire today. It comes after House leaders in Washington were not able to pass an extension yesterday.
When it comes, though, to the technicalities of legislation, we just needed more time.
The moratorium has helped renters throughout the country remain in their homes despite challenges of the pandemic. And the return of evictions could have a significant impact for thousands of families in our community. Our Adam Duxter explains what's being done to help bridge the gap and if it'll be enough.
Throughout the course of the pandemic, the Tenant Resource Center has worked to connect thousands of families in Dane County with millions of dollars in rental relief. But as the end of the moratorium looms, there's a fear that demand could surge once again, and community leaders want to be prepared. Since the beginning,
we took on about 4,000 applications within that first week or so.
Robin Serino and the team at the Tenant Resource Center have had their hands full.
Probably the last 5 weeks or so, we've kind of caught up with things.
They're processing over $1 million in requests each week, but are now seeing the demand rise. And while it's normal to see an uptick this time of year,
August is always the worst month for the city in general for filings. We see about 300 cases in a regular August.
The expiring moratorium on evictions makes this year anything but normal.
We're anticipating, you know, a massive amount of filings, which we're already seeing an increase in the court calendar.
To date, Madison has handed out $11 million in relief. In this next week, the city says it's prepared to ask for $15 million more in anticipation for what's to come.
I think the folks that work in this arena are bracing for a surge of eviction notices. Again, we're asking landlords and tenants to work together to try to avoid that.
Serino says they've identified more than 5,000 households in our community that are at risk. And while it won't be easy, says they're prepared to help as many as they can.
If you get a notice, please don't leave. Give us a call, check out your rights, and apply. And let's get that, bill paid down.
In Madison, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
Dane County is still accepting applications for rental assistance. To qualify, you'll need to fall in the 80th percentile of income. That's $62,000 or less for a two-person household, or $78,500 a year for a four-person household. If you go to our News 3 Now Channel 3000 Facebook page right now, you can find a link to apply. News 3 Now, your coronavirus headquarters. The CDC has raised the threat level in Dane County, labeling the spread as substantial. The same goes for all of the counties here in orange. That new classification puts us in the category where universal indoor masking is now recommended. Dane County has already done that. Rock County Public Health has updated its guidance too. This happened the same day the state reported 1,058 new cases, the highest in nearly 4 months. Epic Systems plans to require all employees to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Internal guidance posted on the company's website says staff must get vaccinated by October 1st. Friday night, Epic directed News 3 Now to call its Human Resources Department on Monday when asked for a response. Nearly 97% of the staff at Epic in Dane County have already been vaccinated. With events on the horizon returning, many of them, some are once again being canceled for the second year in a row. Oneida Nation has canceled its annual powwow scheduled for late August in Green Bay. In a post on social media, the tribe said the cancellation comes because of increased COVID-19 cases and a community vaccination rate of 50%. In Wisconsin, Native American Indians have had the highest death rate, totaling about 173 deaths per 100,000 people.
Move is good. We want to try to nip this in the bud and try to, prevent us from getting to the point where we literally have to go backwards to, closing things down.
For Northeast Wisconsin, all but 3 counties are now in the high category for case activity. For the first time in almost 60 years, 2 nuns were reunited with a piece of art they made nearly a lifetime ago. It's a mosaic of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Over 100 people joined to see the piece of art and the artist who created it. Photojournalist Brian Mesmer was there.
Well, welcome everyone on this gorgeous day to celebrate the homecoming of Sister Joanne Daly and Kathleen Stagnan.
Our Lady of Guadalupe, mystical rose, help all those who invoke you.
Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico is just honored by everyone.
And the reason it was done here, by the way, was to honor the migrant workers. This was way bigger than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little mural like this. Guess what? It's about 30 feet tall and probably about 25 feet wide. How are we going to do it? She said, just get a lot of pieces of tile and glass. I knew a lot of the bars in town, in the Dells, so I called a lot of them and I said, can you save your beer bottles, wine bottles, anything else that has color in it, brownish, white, yellow, whatever. We started this in 1964. When I see it now, it looks exactly the same. That when you look at it from any area here in front, you can see the mother's eyes looking at you. And I said, she said, how did you do that? And I said, we didn't do it. It's just the way it happens.
Until we had dinner with our friends last night, and remembering that's the first time we had talked to each other since we made the shrine in 1964. That was an experience.
Well, I hope it's going to be an inspiration for them because it's historically built on the migrant workers who helped the farmers here for years and years and years.
It's a new time and a new response to needs that are global needs of caring for the earth, caring for people. We all are immigrants. We all are migrants. We need one another.
A little backstory here. It was a shrine originally built so seasonal migrant workers of Wisconsin could worship a familiar figure. The hope is to make the shrine into a pilgrimage site for Catholics from all over the Midwest. The owner of the Wilderness Resort in the Dells helped finance the repairs. 8:08 right now, you're taking a live look at the Capitol this morning. Julian is tracking your forecast just ahead.
Download the Channel 3000 app today. Are your taste buds ready for Madison Magazine's Summer Taste Tour? Starting August 1st through the 21st, tour the city of Madison to restaurants, breweries, distilleries, and wineries to sample and participate in Madison Magazine's scavenger hunt. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for a map of participating businesses and scavenger hunt details. Madison Magazine Summer Taste Tour, August 1st to the 21st. Taste the goodness. Sponsored by Schuster's Farm. Come out for Blooms and Butterflies starting August 6th. Live music, beer, wine, and taco cart. Visit SchustersFarm.com for tickets.
As traveling continues throughout the year, Meineke Car Care Center is continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. To give you peace of mind, receive a free brake inspection with any appointment. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
Looks like it's time to trade. Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Perfect. The color, the flowers.
That's just the whole place looks amazing. I love it.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you.
Thank you. There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Why O-Cedar? Because when I get home, we like to play crocodile on the floor.
O-Cedar Easy Ring removes over 99% of bacteria, even with just water. Easy and truly clean floors. O-Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
Reynolds Wrap makes it easy to cook and clean up meals in no time. So I didn't miss all the fun stuff.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
To all the pet project starters, weekend gardeners, rollover artists, and kitchen a la cartists, there's a new lifestyle destination for your next inspiration. Bam! Dabble. Go there. Do that.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to start off with our weekend forecast, but we're starting off with an air quality advisory. We are looking for a particular matter that will be in our air, which is going to lower our AQI to levels that will be unhealthy for those who have any kind of cardiac or even respiratory conditions, for the elderly and even for children. So definitely limit your time outdoors for the weekend. And on top of that, we do have our SPC, which has extended itself a bit into the marginal risk to much of the northern areas of Wisconsin. As we can see, everything in that light green, we're looking at a marginal risk of seeing some severe thunderstorms later into our Saturday. But as we take a look, we are looking at some showers still developing just south of Wisconsin, but we're looking at that trend to still miss us for the most part as we go throughout. As we are having a dry conditions waking up for this morning, which is a good thing, so we can see that sun starting off our Saturday morning. Now, those temperatures are starting to climb into those 60s. We're still pretty comfortable to start off in the morning, but then as we get into the afternoon, we'll see those 80s roll in and those upper 70s as well. We can see some showers coming into Watoma as we go into about the late afternoon hours, and then into tonight, we'll start to see some brief pop-up showers around Massimo. We're staying mostly on the dry end, and then we're going to be clearing out of our skies going into tonight and trending into our Sunday as well. Now, as we take a look, 3 things we'll need to know for the rest of the weekend. Well, today is going to be hazy, and we do have a chance of seeing those thunderstorms into our afternoon and evening hours, but we're not looking at much rain for the rest of this weekend. That includes this weekend as well. We are actually looking for more dry conditions, as we're going to be well below precipitation in Wisconsin throughout the next few days, and our rain chances are not going to be much improved over the next few days either. As we can see, we're looking at 10% chances of rain for the next few days until we get into almost next weekend. So we're going to be looking at any kind of real improvements. Our current conditions, however, for this morning as we will back into right now, 64 degrees right now in Wisconsin and Madison, actually. And we're looking at some calm conditions, still a little bit hazy. But then those temperatures, as we're waking up this morning, some areas with the Dells, 59 degrees, 62 in Viroqua. Good morning to you. And if you want to plan out our day, we're looking at sun to still dominate much of our skies, and warmer temperatures will be right behind it as we get into the afternoon. So it's still going to be a decent day. But for those, once again, with the air quality, just mind yourself and limit the outdoor activities. For the next few days, we're going to be seeing a cooler trend from Sunday to Monday. Then we'll gradually warm back up into those 80s heading into midweek, into next weekend. But Chris, we're not looking at a whole lot of changes coming in the next few days.
No, it looks nice and comfortable. Thanks, Julian. 8:14 now. The success of one Hmong American Olympian is inspiring a whole new generation of gymnasts, including some here in Wisconsin. Suni Lee is the first Hmong American to make the Olympic team, and she added that honor with a gold medal in the all-around competition Thursday. Aisha Leiblong, a gymnast in Menasha, looks to the Tokyo Olympics for inspiration. She talks about what that success means to her.
Being Hmong American as well, I think it's just really inspiring to just know that there's people out there, and she's really not only she's just representing like the whole world of Hmong people, so I think that's really cool. It makes me feel like I can get there someday too, and it's really nice.
She went on to say that Lee's win is good for the program because it brings more diversity. She says she plans to continue having fun with the sport, and we'll see where it takes her, hopefully far. All right, coming up, we'll soon be in the hands of more money. Will soon be in the hands of taxpayers who overpaid for their unemployment compensation on previous tax returns. And there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. 3 things to watch and trending news just ahead.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. And get $2,000 cash allowance.
Save hundreds on appliance packages during the summer savings sale at Grand Appliance. Get deals the big box can't beat, like this Frigidaire 4-piece package with self-cleaning range and counter depth refrigerator for just $22.38. Or this LG 4-piece package with air fry convection range and counter depth refrigerator for just $37.48. Shop in-store or online at grandappliance.com for these and more. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Single-serve Fancy Feast Petites are just for her. Just the right size, just the right gourmet flavor. No artificial preservatives or colors, just what she needs, just what you want. Fancy Feast Petites. Love is in the details.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
News 3 Now's call for action gets answers when you can't.
A COVID patient's care jeopardized by insurance denials. After we contacted Aetna, the company reversed course.
News 3 Now's call for action, taking action for you.
On the next Live Before, our film critic Will Loper joins us. He has the weekend box office numbers for us, and he'll run down all the new releases on the big and small screens, what's worth watching and what isn't.
Welcome back. We're going to take another quick look at our weather. We are going to be rehashing this. Air quality advisories are in effect for all of Wisconsin and for Minnesota. So if you have any kind of respiratory or cardiac, or if you're an elderly or a child, definitely limit your exposure to outside this weekend because it will be a bit unhealthy for you throughout because of those levels. We do have a severe weather outlook of marginal risk of seeing some severe weather for central and northern Wisconsin throughout the course of the day. But on our radar, we are looking at drier conditions. Only showers that we're seeing are south of us and a bit into the northeast. As we take a closer look, we're waking up to more dry conditions, but as you're going throughout, here's how you're going to plan your day. Warm temperatures are coming, sunshine's going to be there, but we will have a chance of seeing showers and thunderstorms early and late tonight.
All right, thanks, Julian.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot to watch this weekend if you're streaming or anything else. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
All right, Dom, what's next?
No matter how fast you are, no one outruns their past.
New to rent on video-on-demand platforms like iTunes and Amazon Video is the latest Fast and Furious film, F9.
Been a long time, Dom. Little brother.
You always say never turn your back on family, but you turned your back on me. Now your little family is in my world.
Watch Vin Diesel and company drive cars off cliffs, into space, and thrown around with giant magnets. F9, The Fast Saga, is available to rent on VOD platforms for $19.99.
We supposed to stop that? Hold on!
Was this Maverick who was going to make this dream car?
Speaking of cars, newly streaming on Netflix is the docu-series Myth and Mogul, John DeLorean.
And that's when the sweater just started to unravel.
You couldn't tell my father what to do. If John could get away with something, he would.
Over 3 episodes, the series explores the rise and fall of the inventor of the DeLorean.
Everything was falling apart. He made promises that he couldn't keep. He is a desperate guy trying to do everything to keep this company afloat.
He impressed me as being somebody who was going to crash.
Myth and Mogul, John DeLorean is streaming on Netflix now.
Everything's perfect.
Of all the jungle cruises you could take in the Amazon, this one is undoubtedly the cheapest. But also the most thrilling. Heads up, coming through.
Finally, newly streaming on Disney Plus Premier Access is the film Jungle Cruise.
Not a good time.
My brother and I are looking for passage upriver.
Please go away.
I have a lot of money.
Emily Blunt stars as a doctor who enlists skipper Dwayne Johnson to take her down the Amazon River in search of an ancient healing tree.
I got you.
Jungle Cruise is playing in theaters and on Disney Plus Premier Access for $30.
I cannot swim.
You booked a river cruise and you can't swim? The price just went up.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Trending news now, Google's relationship with so-called sugar dating apps has soured. This week, Google updated its Google Play policy to ban such apps. It says starting in September, any app that promotes compensated sexual relationships will be prohibited from Google Play Store. Sugar dating is when money or gifts are exchanged for companionship. The new policy does not affect other kinds of dating apps. The Walt Disney Company requiring vaccines for all salaried and non-union hourly employees working at sites in the U.S. Employees who aren't vaccinated and working on site will have 60 days to get a shot. Those working from home must provide verification of vaccination before they return to work, with limited exceptions. All new hires will be required to be fully vaccinated before beginning employment. The average refund of $1,600 will be going to taxpayers who overpaid for their unemployment compensation on previous tax returns. Direct deposits started earlier this week, but for taxpayers who typically get paper refund checks from the IRS, those payments went in the mail Friday. The IRS has been sending out those refunds in batches as it makes adjustments for early filers who paid more than they owed during the pandemic. So far, the Treasury says that it's issued more than 8 million unemployment-related refunds, totaling $10 billion. Next, we'll keep you updated on the latest numbers from health officials regarding the coronavirus as it spreads across the country and the state. Plus, the new county in our area that's now recommending everyone mask indoors.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
He's here! He's here!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Free installation on window siding and doors ends Saturday. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Are your taste buds ready for Madison Magazine's Summer Taste Tour? Starting August 1st through the 21st, tour the city of Madison to restaurants, breweries, distilleries, and wineries to sample and participate in Madison Magazine's scavenger hunt. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for a map of participating businesses and scavenger hunt details. Madison Magazine Summer Taste Tour, August 1st to the 21st. Taste the goodness. Sponsored by Schuster's Farm. Come out for Blooms and Butterflies starting August 6th. Live music, beer, wine, and taco cart. Visit SchustersFarm.com for tickets.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Looks like it's time to trade. Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice, two-piece sofa and love seater sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Right now, a major update in the Halderson case. Their son in custody, the father murdered. Now the search for the mother is over. Hello, everyone, and a good Saturday morning to you. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Stanford. We will get to the Halderson case in a moment and the new classification for area counties for coronavirus spread. First, here is Julian Seawright with your Saturday forecast. Hey, Julian.
Hey, Chris, and we are still looking at that hazy start to our Saturday. We have an air quality advisory in effect for all of Wisconsin and Minnesota from the wildfires and the particles that are coming in from Canada. If you did not know, that's why we have these air quality warnings. And it's going to be sticking around for us throughout majority of this weekend. And on top of that, if you do have any kind of outlying or underlying health conditions, whether it's respiratory or even unto your cardiac. Make sure you limit your time outdoors because of our low air quality. Now, we do have a severe weather outlook, marginal risk for central and northern areas of Wisconsin. Could be seeing some severe thunderstorms or even just some spot-up showers and storms themselves picking up as we get into the late afternoon going into tonight. Now, as we take a look, however, this morning is going to be pretty clear, and then this afternoon is going to be pretty quiet as well. We'll see warmer temperatures come in, and then we'll start to see some showers and storms start to pop up as we get into the late afternoon into tonight, and that's when we're going to be looking at the timeline. But for right now, we're looking at plenty of sunshine, but we can still see that haze. 64 degrees is where we're waking up right now in Madison. Definitely a good start, but our temperatures around the areas is a really good start as well. We're still into those 60s for the most part, 60 degrees in the Dells and 63 for Viroqua. We're looking at pretty good conditions to wake up to this morning. We'll talk more about this coming up, but back to you, Chris.
All right, Julian, thank you. Time right now is 8:29. In your headlines this morning, we are talking about the Dane County Sheriff's investigation into the disappearance of the Haldersons, a Windsor couple who went missing last month. Well, authorities announcing yesterday they have found Krista Halderson's remains. This closes the door on the last shred of hope to find her alive. Her son Chandler already facing charges for murdering and dismembering his father, Bart Halderson. And like Bart's remains, Krista's were dismembered as well. The DA likely to soon file more charges against Chandler. Chandler reporting his parents missing July 7th and arrested the next day. There are no other suspects.
We have kept the Halderson family in our thoughts and prayers throughout this investigation, and we extend our continued sympathies to them today. We ask that everyone allow them to grieve this tremendous loss with the utmost respect, dignity, and space.
We're also learning that more human remains were found on the Haldersons' property this week. That's where authorities have continued to search, including a pond behind the home. As soon as we learn more, we'll push it through our News 3 Now app. And we have more information this morning regarding the Halderson case. You can find it all online and on the app. Of course, we are always pushing out new information on the case. You can download the app wherever you get yours. The Dane County Medical Examiner has identified the man killed in a stabbing in Madison earlier this week. 60-year-old Mark Ryan of Madison was killed. It happened on Braxton Place near Brittingham Park. A suspect has been arrested. The highest-ranking Republican in the state assembly plans to expand a probe into the 2020 presidential election. Speaker Robin Vos says it'll take more investigators and time than originally planned. Vos signed contracts in June with 2 retired police detectives and a former state Supreme Court justice to handle the investigation, but says that those investigators quit early this month. Vos says that he hopes to complete the work in the fall, the same time an independent review by the nonpartisan Legislative Audit Bureau is set to be done. Rock County now recommending that you wear a mask indoors regardless of your vaccination status. Rock County officials say it's due to the latest data and circumstances in the county. The county moved into the CDC's substantial category on Thursday. The CDC recommends local officials encourage universal masking indoors.
We know the Delta variant is more contagious than previous strains of the virus, and so that's kind of why we're following the CDC recommendations and making that recommendation locally based on the transmission that we're seeing.
Rock County health officials say they'll continue to monitor the CDC's data tracker and update guidance on masks weekly. Dane County already made that same recommendation earlier this week and just hit substantial COVID spread on Friday. Public health officials warning the numbers were trending in the wrong direction. Dane County adding 80 new cases yesterday, up 120% from 2 weeks ago. Health officials in Wisconsin continue to urge people to get vaccinated. So far, 49% of people in Wisconsin have gotten both doses or a single Johnson & Johnson shot. Over half of the state is not vaccinated. Yesterday, the state added its highest one-day total since April 8th with 1,058 new infections. COVID cases rising in Dane County despite high vaccination rates. Over 67% of the county is fully vaccinated. 70% have received at least one dose. 32% are not vaccinated at all. In Florida, new cases there are soaring, up 50% just this past week. More than 110,000 new infections reported statewide. The summer surge across the U.S. comes amid new evidence that vaccinated Americans also need to be wary of the highly contagious Delta variant. CBS correspondent Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
The CDC is now warning that vaccinated Americans can transmit the Delta variant as easily as those who are unvaccinated. That warning prompted by a cluster of COVID cases in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Of the 469 positive cases traced back to celebrations in early July, 74% were fully vaccinated. But the CDC also says overall, 97% of those hospitalized with COVID have not been vaccinated.
We're not in a good place because not enough people have decided up to now to be vaccinated.
In hard-hit Louisiana, Governor John Bel Edwards is calling the Delta variant an absolute game changer.
Dr. Anthony Fauci says he hopes U.S. regulators grant full approval to COVID vaccines by next month, and that might convince some of those who are hesitant to get their shots.
What also will happen is that once you get full approval, local authorities will feel more comfortable in doing local mandates for vaccine.
As people lined up for testing in Palm Beach, Florida's daily new cases topped 17,000, levels last seen during the winter surge.
In all probability,
Walmart is joining the growing list of companies big and small requiring employees to show proof they're vaccinated. And in New York, the curtain is set to rise again on Broadway in September. Theatergoers will need a ticket, a mask, and proof of vaccination to get through the door. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Meantime, Florida's governor says the state will not return to COVID restrictions, and the governor of Texas has signed an executive order prohibiting cities from requiring masks or vaccines. Coming up, the National Weather Service continues to survey storm damage to determine how many tornadoes hit during Wednesday night's severe weather. Plus, thousands of Wisconsin renters worried they could lose their homes when a federal freeze on evictions lifts. Stay with us.
Your parents spent years taking care of you, but as the years go by, it becomes your turn to take care of them. This might mean trusting a nursing home, which promises to care for them as cherished loved ones. But if the nursing home you've chosen is not keeping their promise, we can help. If your parents have been injured in a nursing home, call Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
A great night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Sleep up to 8 degrees cooler on the next generation Tempur-Pedic Breeze with super breathable cooling technology that moves heat away from your body. Get a queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress for only $67 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month special financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash and free delivery. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Summertime in Wisconsin is the best time. A time for new discoveries. Time for adventure.
There's nothing out there close to this.
Time to reconnect with those who matter most. It's what a trip to Wisconsin is all about.
cheese curds that I'm willing to share. Then I want to ride that giant slide over there. Won't you come with me to the
Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 5th through the 15th.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
A News 3 Now investigation uncovered hundreds of workplace safety complaints during the pandemic.
Just 12% were followed up with an inspection.
Too many frontline workers were exposed to COVID.
Taking action to get the information you deserve. News 3 Now investigates.
Enhanced risk to see those strong storms.
Before.
The most important thing now is to prepare.
During.
You should be in a safe area immediately.
And after the storms. Trust First Warn Weather. Committed to keeping you safe and ahead of the storm.
I want to take it as far as it will lead me.
Competing with other athletes from around the world close to home. See how a Wisconsin teen inspired by her mom makes her mark against the fittest on earth. Sunday on News 3 Now at 10.
Cleanup crews are hard at work in the town of Middleton working through the mess left behind by Thursday's storm. And while they've done so much already, the calls for help are still coming in. Tahalil Moholdin has our details.
A long and sleepless night for many homeowners west of Madison has turned into several long and sleep-deprived days for Williams tree maintenance crews.
About 5:30 to 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Helping those who have been hit the hardest by the storms. Today we find them in the town of Middleton.
In these situations, basically we put whoever has something on their house first, make sure get that off there and get tarps over it, so if there is rain, anything more, there is no further damage.
Damage that Mark Stengraber has been dealing with since early Thursday morning.
As soon as I opened the basement door, I could smell pine, and I could see that there was a hole in the living room ceiling.
5 large pine trees ended up on top of his home. Steingraber and his wife Megan were asleep when they heard the sirens.
She grabbed my leg and said, "We got to go down the basement." I grabbed the 4-year-old, she grabbed the 1-year-old.
After no more than a minute in the basement,
all of a sudden, kaboom, and we dove underneath the staircase.
Steingraber couldn't really see the extent of the damage until Thursday morning.
The worst damage on that side is right above our bed.
And though there's still a lot to figure out, Steingraber is just grateful no one was hurt.
It'll all get fixed eventually, and life will be back to normal at some point.
The family will be staying at a neighbor's house for the time being. They say there's still a lot to figure out logistically, but they're looking at the silver lining here and will maybe finally make those changes to their property that they say have been long overdue. Thousands of Wisconsin renters this morning are worried they could lose their homes when a federal freeze on evictions ends today. The moratorium has helped renters throughout the country remain in their homes despite the challenges of the pandemic. The Wisconsin Department of Administration has given out millions of dollars in federal pandemic rental aid. But about 16,000 Wisconsin residents who responded to a U.S. Census Bureau survey last month said they were worried they could still be evicted. We have a link for Dane County rental assistance up right now on the News 3 Now Channel 3000 Facebook page. Local health officials don't want you to forget about screenings for other conditions right now. Lung Cancer Awareness Day is tomorrow. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Smoking, exposure to hazardous material, and exposure to secondhand smoke are all risk factors, but it can be treated when caught early.
They have peaked, but they're not significantly decreasing yet. In part, that is because we've gotten better at catching them early. So one of the things we're trying to really emphasize to patients is that lung cancer screening has the chance to catch cases early at a phase when it's still curable.
SSM Health has a free online health risk assessment that you can take to help determine if you need a lung cancer screening. After the break, it's all or nothing when it comes to laws dealing with phones in cars. What research says about states with strict rules. And a look at the Capitol this morning. We are tracking the chance for some thunderstorms later today. Julian will update that forecast when we come back. But first, let's look at Who's 3 today. I want to wish a happy birthday to Amelia. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Why O-Cedar? Because when I get home, we like to play crocodile on the floor. O-Cedar Easy Ring removes over 99% of bacteria, even with just water. Easy and truly clean floors. O-Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
How has Apartments.com helped more renters get into new homes than any other site? By working tirelessly to design 3D virtual tours that are so realistic, it actually feels like you're there. But that's all thanks to Ted, a man who possesses an innate understanding of dimension. Ted?
Sorry, I was in the zone. Also, my name is Brian.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place. Oh!
Reynolds Wrap makes it easy to cook and clean up meals in no time. So I don't miss all the fun stuff.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Getting your air ducts thoroughly cleaned takes the trained professionals at Stanley Steamer using the most powerful equipment to get the most powerful results. Our equipment goes deep inside your ducts, removing years of dirt, pet hair, allergens, even dust mites. Unlike other air duct cleaning companies, Stanley Steamer cleans your entire system. Just look at how much dirt can be removed. Call today for a free inspection and save $50 on a cleaning.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
I think we're lost.
We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're lost.
What are we gonna do?
Give me your machete. I can build a shelter.
I do not have a machete.
Oh, now who came unprepared?
You know what? You don't get lost going bowling.
No! You're making a mistake here.
What are you doing?
I'm streaming the season finale.
You have a signal?
Yeah, I got Spectrum Mobile, so they're the fastest overall and more reliable.
So you can call for help?
Oh, yeah. As soon as this episode is over. It feels like you want me to call now.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile for the fastest overall speeds and the most reliable service. It's a better way to mobile. It's Spectrum Mobile.
Aloha, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting News 3 Now viewers on a tour to the Hawaiian Islands October 19th through the 28th. Enjoy the tropical scenery on Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. We'll pay our respects at Pearl Harbor, view Volcanoes National Park, and discover unique sea life at the Maui Ocean Center. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for information on how you can attend a virtual travel show or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Well, to get things started for us, we do have an air quality advisory in effect for all of Wisconsin and Minnesota. This is because we are starting to see some of those smoke particles coming in from wildfires in Canada, and now they have reached our air. So we're looking at it to really start to impact us throughout much of this weekend. So if you do have any kind of cardiac or even respiratory problems, make sure you limit your exposure in the outdoors, especially for children and for elderly as well. Now, in terms of severe weather, well, we're not looking like Wednesday, but we do have a marginal risk for the central region and going into the northern areas of Wisconsin. We do have chances of seeing some of severe thunderstorms, could be bringing in some small hail or even some winds with those storms. But as we wake up this morning, we're looking pretty dry, which is a good thing. We have some beautiful sunrise as we go into the rest of our morning. Now, as we go in throughout the rest of our afternoon, we're going to be seeing those temperatures start to climb. Still pretty quiet, however. Then we'll start to see some showers and possible thunderstorms start to develop into the northern areas and start to trickle their way down into southern Wisconsin. Madison, we could be seeing some brief showers, but for the most part, temperatures won't be too hot today, and they won't be too cold either. As we get into tonight, we're looking for more cool conditions and transitioning into Sunday. We're looking at pretty clear skies for us, and we're looking at cooler temperatures as well. But three things to know for today is going to be a hazy one for us. That air quality is going to be lower, so make sure that you limit yourself outside. Once again, if you have any issues with the lack of good air quality. Thunderstorm chances will be in the afternoon into the evening, could be early tonight as well. But then we're looking for a dry week ahead. For the next few days, we're going to be well below the average of precipitation totals in Wisconsin. We're not going to be looking at a whole lot of rain for us. And as we take a look at those rain chances, we can even see for the next few days, we're going to be around the 10% range until we get into about Friday, where we're looking for better chances of seeing some precipitation for us, because we're going to need it. So we're still dealing with that drought. Now, right now, we are looking at 64 degrees in Madison as we are waking up, and we are still feeling pretty good too. But around the southern Wisconsin area, we're looking at plenty of those mid to lower 60s for us, but 66 degrees in Milwaukee as of right now. In the Dells was 60 degrees. So good morning to all of us. It's feeling pretty good. Now, to plan out our day, we're looking at plenty of sunshine to be at our backs for us. We could see some cloud cover start to develop, and then the chances of seeing some showers and or thunderstorms will come into the later part of the afternoon or even to this evening. So for the most part, we're going to be enjoying quite a bit of a good Saturday. Then going into the next few days, we are going to be looking at cooler temperatures. We're going to feel a bit more like spring and Sunday on Monday, and then as we go into the later part of the week, we will start to see those temperatures slowly but surely climb back into some warmer summer-like feels, but not a whole lot is in our forecast is going to be making us scratch our head, Chris.
Yeah, I'll be just relaxing and getting comfortable because that looks nice. It
Yes,
looks like one
absolutely.
nice forecast. Thanks, Juliet. Appreciate it. Many states, including Wisconsin, have laws about cell phone use while driving, but new research finds more needs to be done to stop distracted driving. Michael George shares how the study could help teenage drivers.
New York State police officers said goodbye to one of their own in April. Trooper Joseph Gallagher was putting flares on the side of the road when a car hit him. Investigators say the driver was texting at the time. Joel Feldman knows the pain of that loss. His daughter Casey was killed by a distracted driver in 2009.
The world is certainly not so well off after her death. She would have made a big difference.
Most states have some kind of ban against texting or calling while driving. But 21 states have gone a step further, enacting laws against all handheld cell phone use, including calling, texting, and using apps. These comprehensive laws, are they working?
Yes, they are working.
Dr. Motao Ju with Nationwide Children's Hospital is lead author of a new study that found comprehensive hands-free laws prevent about 140 driver deaths and nearly 14,000 driver injuries each year. But laws that only ban texting or calling aren't nearly as effective. Researchers recommend all states adopt rules that prevent drivers from handling phones, especially teenagers.
They have the highest crash risk, so they shouldn't use any cell phone at all while driving.
I don't accept that people won't give up phones. What I say is we haven't reached them the right way.
Feldman now speaks to drivers of all ages and even young children about the dangers of being distracted behind the wheel.
We're teaching little kids how to speak up. Mommy, Daddy, I love you, but I don't feel safe when you look at your phone while driving me.
Feldman says laws are helpful, but it's up to individuals to prioritize safety and put down the phone. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
In Wisconsin, texting and driving is illegal for all drivers, and handheld device use is banned when driving through a construction zone. Strict rules in place for anyone going to Lollapalooza this weekend in Chicago. The annual music festival started yesterday and runs through the weekend. About 100,000 people expected to go every day. Organizers are asking unvaccinated guests to remain masked while on the grounds. COVID tests shown by unvaccinated attendees can't be more than 72 hours old, so some will have to get tested twice. There is a vaccination clinic set up outside the festival for anyone looking to get a shot. Congress trying to extend the nation's eviction moratorium just hours before it's set to expire. Today is the final day the moratorium's in place. The Biden administration now asking lawmakers to extend it until the end of the year. Millions are at risk, though, of an immediate eviction if no deal is reached. Meantime, a group of senators are optimistic the infrastructure bill they're working on will pass. They're finalizing the details of a $1 trillion deal on that. A vote in the Senate could come in a matter of days. The money would help fix roads, bridges, and expand broadband options, among many other things. 2 people in the hospital this morning after a construction site accident in Brooklyn. A brick wall collapsed and a roof caved down on them. This video here showing firefighters trying to rescue the people inside. Both were rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. Stick with News 3 Now all weekend. We'll have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10. But first, meet a 2-year-old who loves the garbage truck and the driver who cherishes the joy he brings.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Finally this morning, there's a sanitation worker in Minnesota who looks forward to seeing one face on his route every week. It belongs to a 2-year-old boy who loves it when the garbage truck comes by. Jared Dean has the story of this special friendship.
A young kid's joy is something to behold. 2-year-old Elliot Whitty loves the garbage truck. And every Thursday, Elliot waits for his favorite driver, Jeff Weber, to come down his grandparents' street and say hello.
Makes my day, you know. He does. He's when I come through the first time, he's standing out here waiting and waving. We give him a little toot of the horn. He knows I'm going to be back through, and I just know it makes his day and makes my day too.
Elliot brings Weber snacks and water every time he sees the truck. Then he gets ready to take up the bins from his grandparents' house as well as their neighbors. His grandparents say when 2 o'clock comes around, Elliot is ready.
When he comes around the corner, he's coming, and out the door he goes, and he stands out here and will wave. So then he toots the horn at him, and he just loves that.
Last week, Weber returned the gift-giving favors. He gave Elliot his own hat, adorned with the truck company's logo.
We have a lot of ups and downs, and, you know, if I have a bad Thursday, I always know this little guy's going to turn it around for me when I get here.
Weber is especially thankful for his Thursdays now. In December, Weber had to fight for his life with COVID. He says that he's grateful every day for the blessings of a second chance at life and Elliot.
I wondered why God saved me back in December, and it's days like this that remind me of it.
You know, all the love those little kids can give you. And I mean, he will come and he'll say, I need a hug. And that's, you know, that's some of the sweetest moments.
Without knowing it, Elliot has created some moments that Weber will remember forever.
Elliot, you make my day, little man. You literally make my day. I look forward to this all week long.
Great story there. And how about this? The candy, known for its unique dispenser, is schooling TikTok on the proper way to load it. So Pez Candy tweeted out a video message about the right way to load a Pez dispenser. The post was made in response to a viral video showing a TikTok user loading Pez Candy through the bottom of the dispenser. Now, according to Pez, you cannot load its wrapped candy roll from the bottom. However, with a little skill, you can unroll it and just slide it right in there. All 12 pieces. You gotta. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, but yeah, you can slide them all in at once if you can pinch it together just right.
Yeah, that's okay though, because we both agree we don't need to do that.
Yeah, Pez, not the greatest candy in the world. All that trouble for Pez, I never understood. I was never really into Pez. I liked the dispensers more. The dispensers were cool as a kid, you know, with all the cartoon characters and everything. The candy, I was like, I didn't even mess with it. Like Smarties, just a waste of space, if you ask me.
And no offense to anybody else, it was kind of a wasted gift, too, whenever I was given pets. But planning out our day, folks, we are going to be seeing plenty of warmer temperatures rolling in, and then we are looking at sunshine. But for the next few days, we're looking at cooler conditions on Sunday and Monday.
All right, thanks, Julian. Thank you for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.